Well, hi there. This is John Byrne with Poets and Quants. You are going to watch Fridays with Sandy. That would be Sandy Kreisberg, the founder of HBSGuru.com. We have an interesting candidate. His name is Matthew. He is a senior at Kelley School of Business at Indiana University. So he is applying to the deferred MBA admission programs at Harvard, Wharton, Yale, Kellogg, Booth, and Stanford, which tells me he really wants to go. He has a 3.7 GPA. He has a internship coming up, a global project management internship with LabCorp, and he has taken the GMAT twice. On the Focus edition, he has a 635.
Which
So,
translates into 690.
yeah, on the traditional mainstream
Yes.
legacy
And as
GMAT.
followers of this feature know, Sandy has just spent a half hour yelling at this guy that he's got to keep taking the GMAT as many times as he can. So everybody lies about the GMAT. It's the most important thing for anything except your personal identity. You got to keep taking the GMAT, take it and keep taking it. And
Especially for
you
these
get,
kinds of
get into
programs.
you get into a zone, yeah, particularly for 2+2, but I'm talking about everybody. You get into a zone where on legacy scoring, the difference between a 710 and a 730 is how big, John?
Big.
Colossal. It's like
Very big.
four questions,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. But the score means a lot.
Yeah.
Sadly, I'll point out, but it's true. And we should point out that Matt did really well the second time he took the test. I will predict that he will do really well if he takes it the third time. As much as I hate standardized testing, and I'm sure he does too, but it will really improve your odds at these schools because these are highly selective schools, among the most highly selective in the world. So you really need to put your best foot forward in getting a higher
Okay. Well, here's a
score.
2+2 question for you, John. It's harder to get into 2+2 as a white male than it is to get into the same program as a regular applicant, just by acceptance numbers.
I think that's probably true, although you won't find that information on
Yeah,
the
yeah, you'll
Plato.
find that information
I
under their
think
special
that's true.
scholarship for yeah, white male comedians, right? Yeah, it's in the same file.
And we also should say, there is a preference for STEM grads at Harvard 2+2, although they accept business grads as well, obviously. Um, but
There's
the
there's a page
Go
on the
ahead.
Harvard website that actually breaks it out. I should have printed it out. Uh,
Yeah, that Harvard
business
is more
they
transparent than anybody.
17% of the admitted 2+2 class at HBS are people from a business background like you. And then the biggest percent are STEM people. They love STEM people. Just you can find this on. Just go to the 2+2 program and fish around there. They actually
Yeah,
do
well,
pretty.
here you go. Hey, 36% math and physical sciences, 16% engineering. So right there, over half of the
STEM. Yeah.
enrolled or accepted students are STEM grads.
Boy, John, I can walk and chew gum, but what I cannot do is pontificate and look things up on my computer at the same
Hey,
time.
how's this stat? Only 3% of 2+2 accepted applicants are from the arts and humanities. So I'd be dead in the water on arrival.
What are the other? What are the other
So
categorizations?
business and commerce, 22%, economics, 14, engineering, 16, math and physical sciences, 36, social sciences, 8.
Wow, they got a lot of categories. So their definition of the humanities is basically history, English, and that's about it.
Yeah.
Uh, Sociology, maybe, I don't know. But anyway, folks, you can read them and weep. They're on their web pages. Let's get back to Matt here. Matt, suppose they said this is a very popular 2+2 question. What do you plan to do with the free? If you get accepted to 2+2, that guarantees that you can do anything. It doesn't have to be acceptance related, you know, given that you would then have the whole world before you with the guarantee 2 or 3 years down the road of admissions to the school that accepted you 2+2. What do you plan to do for those 2 years? Folks, you need a good answer for that. Let's hear it.
Yeah, firstly, thanks for having me, guys. It's nice to be on here. If I were to get accepted, I think I would have a lot less struggle choosing between some of the job opportunities that I have. I would really like to volunteer for some political campaigns if I had the time and knew that I could, allocate some more time to that. And then I would also like to do a lot of international travel. I want to see the world before I'm locked into a career. So that would
Stop.
be.
Is that a good thing to say, John?
I think that you'd want to work somehow in public policy and politics
The
is
government and politics stuff is great. You go, if I got into 2+2, what I would do is throw myself into political campaigns. I'm very active in them. We're coming up, if my calculations are right, on a presidential election.
Oh yeah.
And so it would be just this summer would just be great for me to totally throw myself into political campaigns that I'm interested in. That they love answers like that.
I think yeah, that's a good answer. Definitely.
Right.
Okay, for all you boys and girls at home, you really need to answer that question. What freedom does being admitted to 2+2 allow you for those years?
Now, I should say Matt has played guitar for 10 years. Don't tell him you want to be in a rock band in school.
Maybe on the side, but probably not something to mention in the interview.
Okay, here's another question that you should be able to answer, and everybody should be able to answer. Could you tell me what you're doing now at, I know you're going to your senior year, but you're at LabCorp, your last full-time job. Could you tell me what you did there?
Oh yeah, that was last year actually.
Yeah, yeah.
Last
So
summer, yeah.
yeah, so over the summer I worked as an intern in the project management team.
What is
My
LabCorp? Stop. What is
Oh,
LabCorp? This is real important.
yeah, LabCorp is a drug development company based in North Carolina, but I was in the Indianapolis office. They do diagnostics and testing on medicine and uh, new medicines, essentially.
I get my
John,
blood drawn at LabCorp.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
John, grade that answer.
I would say you want to say they are a private company or they are
I'm not ragging you, man. I still don't know what they do. Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
Well,
This is critical for everybody. You've got to be able to explain the last place you worked or the place you're working at now. And you really have to, this is worth almost being scripted about. LabCorp it's a Fortune 500 company. Its headquarters are in blah. I worked at their subsidiary here. They employ X number of people. Those are the big stats. What they do, they've got 3 lines of businesses, including 1, 2, and 3. Can you answer it that way?
Yeah, so LabCorp is a Fortune 500 company based out of Burlington, North Carolina. I worked in their Indianapolis office with the project management team. They have 2 lines of business. Their drug development side, which works with pharmaceutical companies on getting drugs to market, and their diagnostic side, which take things from blood samples to urine samples and test those.
perfect.
You should be able to do a rap on the last place you worked, and it should include its size, what it does, whether it's public or private, how long it's been around, and obviously, if you work for General Motors, you can make it a lot quicker. But people don't know LabCorp, so you really have a duty to be able to explain what it is.
All right.
And
Yep, just
here's the
wrote it
thing.
down.
They generate more safety and efficacy data to support drug approvals than any other company in the world.
I'm not sure I understand what you just said. What did you just say, John?
Well, if you're a drug company and you want to use a major distributor, you call them up and they will actually inject your drug into patients to prove to the FDA that the drug is safe and effective.
Great.
Obviously, we do think that one way to really improve your odds is to retake the test. But are there other things, Sandy, in terms of what to emphasize in his background and an application, what to write
Yeah,
about?
you
Enhance.
have to. This is a generic application. You've got no reason to go to a 2+2 program. You've got to come up with a reason why you want to go to a 2+2 program, and after you come up with that reason, you have to retrofit your resume and your application to the extent possible without lying. Okay, to conform to those reasons. That's what you got to do. You're blowing in the wind, man. Particularly given that you're a white male. There's no reason. Okay, forgive me. I'll put it in the form of a question. Why should they take you?
So I am a pretty great leader, I feel like. Throughout my college career, I have been a good coach to my peers. I've been a good mentor, and I've done a lot of good work through all the clubs that I've been involved in. And so I really want to shift towards using my skills that I've built and making a real impact in society and a difference in the world. And that's why I want to go into intertwining my private career with public service. And I think having an MBA would be a good way, one, to give me some time to work on,
Okay,
going through the ins and outs of policy through summer and volunteering at in political
okay,
campaigns.
stop, John. Grade.
I think you started out off well, although you should have said immediately, I was president of two university-wide organizations, student organizations. And then
No,
you could,
I think the correct answer to why should we take you is
oh,
the
right.
reason to take me. Well, I'm curious. You may be right on this, John, and I don't have a real database. The reason you should take me is I plan to be an impactful leader in this area and this area. Hopefully, a role model for me is A and B, and your program could help. And those are incredibly ambitious goals, and your program could really help me reach those goals by both the content of your coursework and the networking I'd be able to do there, and the 2 years of freedom that the 2+2 program would afford me, what I plan to do 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, I think that's good. I think I would have added this. Instead of what Matt said, I think I'm a great leader, I would have said, I got a taste for leadership by being president of two university-wide student organizations. And
How much do you think they really care about them?
I think it demonstrates a lot that he was president of two university-wide organizations at a major university. And it's aligning support of the sort of argument that you just made.
Yeah. Okay. Just out of the blue here, IU Club Sports Federation. Okay. President, directed strategic financial management and operational planning. Okay. Do I have to go on? Increasing funding efficiency by 50% through optimized resource allocation. Why is that lousy? It's a wonderful accomplishment, but
Yeah,
it's not
jargon.
Yeah, it's
And
all
you know what?
jargon.
And you're leading with it's good, but you're not leading with people.
Increased funding by X by reaching out to alumni, special needs things, and engaging the program in this and that. Led a diverse team in strategic initiatives. Oh man, you're knocking me. That's great. Wait a minute. I take back everything I said about how bad this application is. I was unaware. I was unaware that you had led a diverse team in strategic initiatives. Once I know that, it's over. Any place will take you. That's the greatest thing I've ever heard.
I knew some roasting would be incoming today.
Oh, Sandy. But
Well, there's more, but you enhanced organizational effectiveness. Woo! Okay, you get the idea.
You want to take the jargon out and you want to stress managing, leading, or collaborating with people above a financial management goal and
Yeah,
optimizing.
this expression showing, not telling, it's something that a lot of people say, but they never really figure out what it means. You're telling us what you did. You got to show us, okay?
Yeah,
Right.
look, you organized and managed over 10 major events.
Including blah, blah, and blah.
Exactly. That's what you want. Yeah.
Yeah, you knew that.
Yeah, for sure.
Ran competitively in high school and college. That ran competitively in high school and college deserves a separate line on your resume under education. Played guitar for 10 years makes it sound like you've given up.
No, I haven't, but I guess I see your point.
Interests, guitar.
Fair. Fair.
Okay, thanks for being a good sport. I think you should retake the standardized testing and keep taking it. I think you're going to have a hard time standing out as a 2+2 applicant, given that there's a lot of generic stuff here. What you have to do is create an identity that you're someone who's got a very powerful goal and you're on the way based on your experiences, studies, and accomplishments of meeting that goal. I don't get that here. Okay.
Right. Right. No, it's some great advice.
Do you have an internship lined up for this coming summer?
I have job interviews lined up currently. Currently
Okay.
making some decisions on where I want to be, located.
And given your interest in political issues, might any of your potential internships be on the Hill in Washington?
No, but there is one place, a firm in Indianapolis that works closely with state government programs like
Mhm.
Medicaid and
Yeah,
child services that I'm really hoping to get.
great. Yeah, so
Hey,
look, if you can get the standardized score up, and if you could position yourself the way, Sandy is suggesting, you definitely have a shot at some of these.
yeah, what you sent to us on your application to be mock interviewed under post MBA career goal. I'd like to find a job in consulting for government agencies. I'm passionate about the political issues we face today and want to make a real impact on the future of the country. Did I torture you about how bad that is yet?
No, you
No.
haven't, so please do.
Do I have to?
Yes.
What I want to do for goals is I want to be an impactful leader in healthcare in underdeveloped countries like A and B, blah, blah, blah. Name a role model. Role models are a key way to help you define what you want to do. Whose job do you want in 30 years?
Yes, I've actually heard this one before on here. Um, I'm a big fan of Ilhan Omar in Congress. I'm a big fan of Cory Booker and those types of politicians are people that I look up to.
Yeah, but those guys are politicians. There's a place for people who want to be politicians. It's called the Kennedy School of Government.
Oh, well,
Helps
yeah.
you.
Cory Booker was mayor of
Okay,
Newark.
this is just a very important exercise. You really need three business role leaders. It's a lot of fun, the real useful exercise.
Okay.
That's you and everybody else needs to be able to answer the question, whose job would you want in 30 years?
And given your goal, finding out who heads up the government practice at Booz Allen wouldn't be a bad role model for you, incidentally.
Yeah, heading up the government practice at a consulting firm is a good job. Is a good job.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that would be someone I would look up on LinkedIn and just get yourself familiar with that person. See what they've written. Because that's a kind of out of the box kind of thing. Whoever you mention that to in admissions, they would never have heard of them, but they'll be impressed that you know or think about this person, particularly given your goals. And that makes your goals more business-like than, public policy-like, which is
Right.
helpful as well. And then what should Matt write about in his essays? What do you think?
The 2+2 essays
Yeah.
or the general essay. What else do you want us to know about you?
Yeah. Well, what else do you want us to know? I mean, is there a reason why you're interested in leadership in government?
Asking specifically, um, I mean, I have been pretty tapped into politics and and things that are going on in the country recently, and I really just want to be an agent for change. And these are the places where leaders who can make that happen come out of. And so that's the reason I would want to go to one of these schools.
Yeah, I mean who could argue with that? A better, just a tip again. A better way of saying that is to point to the easiest way to get to the point is point to a role model.
Right.
It just solves a million problems, and it makes you sound like you know what you're doing and you're interested in it.
Hey, Matt, good luck to you, okay?
Thank you. I
Thanks for being in
appreciate
this
the roast
part, buddy.
session. It was a lot of insightful knowledge, guys. Thank you so much.
Take the damn test again. That's all I got to say.
Oh, I will. That's already coming. Don't you worry.
Cool. And study the quant, get the quant down because they're going to look especially at that score, incidentally. All right. Hey, good luck to you. And Sandy, thank you once again. And for all of you out there, we wish you great luck on your journey to an MBA.